Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone on Monday evening. That's 5 minutes past 8 p.m., I think, in India, because I'm also traveling at this point of time. And it's a beautiful weather. A lot of events are taking place all around. Beautiful clouds, snowfall. And besides that, there's a musical events which are going on all around because it's a marriage season and people are getting married. Wish them happy married life and wonderful event. They are organizing great, the great banquets and everything, bride and the bridegroom and the relatives from both the sides, and all the arrangements, whatever is being taking place in this season. That also is a part of the event industry and our mice industry. Today is something very interesting because we are going to reimagine the future of the MICE tourism based on technology. You know very well that ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, at this point of time is working very deeply on education, on skills, on competencies, on capabilities, on talents, on passions, and generating employment wherever it's possible, entrepreneurship, startups. And of course, we want our younger generation to get passionate what they do, and they should get the profession what they are passionate about. Everything taking into consideration, let's move together this evening and we extend a very warm welcome. It's a green morning, it's a green afternoon, and it's a green evening wherever you are world over. We hope you are taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your health and your wellness. And today is the Labor Day, that's on 1st of May. The international event of the May Day or Labor Day is celebrated across the world on May 1st every year. And do you recall yesterday evening when we had Canada's deliberations? Today is a travel agents day as far as Canada is concerned. Great. Let's move ahead. ICSI extends a very warm welcome. The whole world is one family. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. Future trends in MICE tourism, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. When we talk about today agenda, what we are taking over here is what exactly is MICE industry? What's the global scenario? What kind of necessary infrastructure we require? What are the emerging MICE destinations across the world, attracting Indian MICE travelers? Key trends for the Indian outbound MICE and travel market for 2023. So first, the MICE, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibition. Wonderful industry, vibrant industry, colorful industry, professional industry, eating, meeting, and greeting all of us together. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm not getting into the statistics. You can read at your own, in your own time. You can. But however, I would like to share with you that this particular industry where travel component plays a very important role. When you're traveling by air, how much does it cost maximum? If you're traveling by cruise, how much it is? So first is traveling to the destination where the conference or the convention or the trade fair or the exhibition or whatever event is taking place under the MICE industry. First, you travel to that particular destination. Thereafter, of course, all the arrangements when you talk about, you've got hotel accommodation, you have got deliberations which are taking place over there, you're having exhibition, you're having participation. Besides that, you're going for local sightseeing, art, craft, handicraft, handlooms, whatever you enjoy over there, that part is also being taken into considerations. Now, when we talk about that, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important you have to understand how this industry is growing, and particularly post-pandemic. What are the challenges? What are the opportunities? And what are the new avenues which are getting opened up and how people can prepare? Let me first take you to Singapore because it's making lots of moves. Let's have a look.
Singapore is making the first moves to shape the future of the travel industry. The key will be redefining what the new normal looks like for events. The Trade and Industry Minister Chan Chun Sing says Singapore intends to cement its competitive advantage by getting the formula for reinvention right. Chua Tian Tian reports.
Travel Revive will pave the way for the future of MICE events.
Beaming in from Berlin via hologram, participants at Singapore's first major international travel trade show since COVID-19 are getting...
So Singapore took initiative thereafter. And I recall in Delhi, in India, Lee Meridian Hotel, it was the initiative being taken by Mr. Ajay Gupta and his company. They organized a first live event of the tourism. I had gone there, and all the travel agents, tour operator, hoteliers, airline officials, government officials, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, they basically, co-hosted and hosted that particular event. It was in the Lee Meridian. That was first live event post-pandemic. I still recall when we gathered over there. Now, when you talk about MICE industry, what could be meeting, what could be conference, what could be convention, what could be incentive, and what could be exhibition. In a layman, you should just understand people getting together for the common cause, for the common mission, to deliberate, to celebrate, to discuss whatever is going on over there. At the same time, you display your product and services as well over there. And you want that people should enjoy what all is available. And that is wonderful MICE industry. When you talk about MICE tourism in India, let's have a quick look at it.
The global business travel in the form of meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions. Designed for large groups with a common purpose, it secures long-term value and growth. As a thriving MICE destination, India is rapidly upgrading its MICE facilities. Ultra-modern infrastructure and connectivity for global meetings. Reconnect at luxury resorts. State-of-the-art convention centers and exhibitions.
What we wish to share over here, ladies and gentlemen, India is also preparing itself for the MICE industry, and Government of India, Ministry of Tourism and its associated bodies, associations, they all are putting in lots of efforts. And I still recall that in the Ashoka Hotel, there is ICPB, which is under the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Way back in 1988, 89, I saw them operating from Ashoka Hotel. And at the same time, the government also giving incentives from time to time, supporting lots of events which are coming to India. And of course, the international body, when you talk about ICA, that is in The Hague, in Netherlands, they also put in lots of efforts. Besides that, when you look at the countries like US, Germany, France, Spain, UK, Italy, and of course, Japan, Netherlands, Portugal, Canada, Australia, Republic of Korea, Belgium, Sweden, Austria, Switzerland, Argentina, Poland, Brazil, Denmark, Greece, Mexico, and Czech Republic, Finland, and then at the same time, Thailand, and of course, our beautiful Bharat, all of them are taking lots of interest, and you can see the scenario yourself. Now, the Government of India is focusing on developing infrastructure, and there are 3 C's: convention centers, connectivity, and creativity. That's something is very important. It is also introducing initiatives such as the FAM Tour. FAM Tour stands for familiarization tours. When you get familiarized with something, like you get a lot of travel writers, other people. So the MICE industry has got subsectors also, and at the same time, it plays a very important role to promote lots of not only tourism, even the Ministry of Commerce and Industry for services exports, for manufacturing exports, increasing exports, bilateral, trilateral, whatever you talk about, a lot of events takes place world over. India is looking for cities to develop the MICE destinations to the international standards in our country. Now, when you talk about quick, look at the entire thing, at present, the G20 is going on in India. And at the same time, various destinations, when you look at, in India, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to when you talk about Delhi, Jaipur, Agra, Khajuraho, Indore, Varanasi, Bhubaneswar, Raipur, Ahmedabad, Guwahati, Cochin, and a couple of other destinations, they are emerging in India as MICE destinations, which we all have to see. And now the air connectivity is also becoming better. You're reaching far-flung places as well, which were not accessible or reachable earlier directly by the flights. But now, can you imagine? Even Arunachal Pradesh has got a Donipolo, the airport which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister in month of November. Now, industry segments, when you talk about, those are investing in the MICE. Following industries contribute to the global MICE events. You have got United Nations, WHO, the health, the World Health Organization. You talk about environment and other sustainable development goals, food security, healthcare, medical, artificial intelligence, information technology, big data, cloud, Internet of Things, engineering and modern manufacturing, urban mobility and transportation, cyber security and homeland security, defense, textile and fabric, energy, power, electricity, chemical, plastic, rubber, engineering, electronic, travel and tourism, and many other segments of the industry when you take into consideration. What could be the key trends for MICE tourism? Now, there are certain key trends which we have to take into consideration. First of all, increased adoption of the technology and digital tools for travel planning and booking. The future is altogether different. You got to seep into the technology the best possible way, and artificial intelligence plays very important role. We will bring one separate program for you. Where we will talk exclusively technology in the MICE industry, and we'll talk about artificial intelligence for the MICE industry, because ultimately you've got to give the best packaging, whatever you can give to the delegates and the people those are visiting your country. Growth in demand for personalized and experiential travel itineraries. Search for newer event destinations that can provide an array of activities, and rise in popularity of the eco-friendly and the sustainable travel. Increased focus on health, wellness, sustainability during travel and conferences. Increase in the use of the virtual meetings and virtual tools and events for international conferences and meetings. Now, destinations should offer unique experience such as local culture, attractions, high quality MICE facilities, and safe atmosphere. And that's something which is to be given to the people those are coming. Now, here is the glimpses of the Arabian Travel Mart. You can just have a look at it. I'm sure.
To make these two sessions happen today. And thank you also for inviting me to moderate our first discussion today, which considers the future of business travel. Now, in the Middle East, business travel is the lifeblood of this industry, and it has certainly started to pick up in 2022, which we're going 2022.
So this, I just wanted to show you so that you get an idea. The different countries in different modes, they all are getting across. Now, what could be the skills which are required for the MICE industry? Young boys and girls, those are planning to get into this part, and those are interested to become, the MICE industry providers. Like you have a travel agents, tour operator, tourist transporters, hoteliers, and a couple of other people, those are ready to give this particular industry. What could be the skills? First of all, interpersonal communication skills are very important. Innovation skills, organizing and coordinating capability skills, market promotion skills, planning skills. And generally there are 4 stages, or sometimes people call it 5 stages also. First is the concept. That means conceptualizing an event. Thereafter, planning the event. Thereafter, marketing the event. Thereafter, managing the event. And then there's an evaluation, cost benefit analysis of that particular event, which you have to take into consideration. Then internet thinking is very important. Data analysis and management skills are again very important. And when you talk about ICT and your computer ability, ladies and gentlemen, technology we adopt as much as we can. Then vocationally specific knowledge or experience on software applications, and then information handling, synthesizing, and taking care of everybody, every delegate, whosoever is participating in that particular event. Now, this is a wonderful, the document which has been prepared by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. The link is coming right over here, National Strategy for MICE Industry 2022. We would request you, as this program is going live on the YouTube, those of you those are interested to get into this particular industry or this particular segment of tourism, you must go through this. It's a wonderful document. You'll find it. And ladies and gentlemen, here is incredible India, the MICE industry when you talk about. And the G20, which is going on at this part of time in India, where the presidency is with India, that part you have to take into consideration. And the group, the tourism group, they all met first time on 7th of February. It was a 3 days event, 7th, 8th, and 9th of February 2023. They met in Rann of Kutch, Gujarat, and the Honorable Union Cabinet Minister G. Kishan Reddy ji, he gave lots of emphasis on rural tourism for community empowerment and poverty alleviation. That was something very interesting. And ladies and gentlemen, if you really love tourism, then start focusing on rural tourism, organic tourism, agri-tourism, farm tourism, nature tourism, village tourism. And you would just love it. You would just enjoy it. And then the second meeting of the tourism working group, it took place from 1st to 4th of April. That was in Darjeeling. That's Siliguri. If you remember Aradhana movie, of that Rajesh Khanna, Mere Sapno Ki Rani Kab Aayegi Tu. That song was shot over there, that train which comes from Darjeeling site. Now, India is preparing under G20, the Global Tourism Investors Summit, and a lot of deliberations are going on. And this would also be taking place soon in times to come. Must participate, and you must go through this, try and find out the details of this. Now I'm going to take you to the MICE Show Asia, 25th to 27th of October 2023, Marina Bay Sands, Singapore. They're having a 3 days, and it is a co-located event, and that's going to be ITB Asia. You're going to have MICE Show Asia and Travel Tech Asia. People, those are interested about technology, you must participate over here. You will understand what kind of a technology is coming up as far as this industry is concerned. And when you participate in this particular event, you generally in the MICE industry, you have the exhibitors, you have the conference, you have the buyers, and you have the visitors as well. Those basically want to understand that. Now, MICE Show Asia, which is coming up, you all must participate. It's good. Now, welcome to World Travel Mart. If you all recall, in London, Earl's Court, 7th to 9th of November, India got lots of award. Our Secretary Tourism brought a lot of proud to us. And Arvind Kumarji, he did a wonderful job over there. It was something fantastic. And the India Pavilion, it exhibited such a wonderful, it was so nice to see everybody. And then, of course, there was a ITB Berlin, 7th to 9th of March, 2023, and that is in Germany. So it is an annual event. Like you have a World Travel Mart annual event, you have got International Travel Boards also. Now, the Pata Travel is also coming up. It's October 4th to 6th. It's going to take place in Delhi. That is the Ministry of Tourism and Incredible India. Now, this is something very interesting. I would just play it for you, the IBTM Excellent.
Good morning and welcome to the Accelerate stage. It is the second session of the day, and the Accelerate stage is based on the report, the trend report that was published with the opening of this show. It's a huge 60-page report which is telling you where things are going, And this stage is a living incarnation of that report so that you don't have to read all 60 pages, you can just come and get it here in bite-sized snacks. And good morning.
So I just wanted to show you IBTM. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's a formal thank you, but I wish to share with you that with this today event or this particular show, we have completed 1,927 webinars. Today, I've just given you the teaser as far as the mice industry is concerned. You must appreciate who is most important in tourism industry. You have got planning, you have got policy, you have got marketing, you have got management, you have got hotels, you have got travel trade, you have got everybody. Whom do you consider is the most important segment or the person in travel and tourism industry? If your answers comes correctly, then I give you 1,000 rupees reward on this particular day while celebrating International Labor Day. Can you imagine that I rushed from somewhere for this particular program because event is very important. This particular the show on the Zoom is very important. That's why I just wanted that I should come personally and talk to you. I wish to share with all of you. Tourism is a very big industry, and there are lots of stakeholders. It's a very fragile also. It's very sensitive also. And when particularly the pandemic came, we were the first bird to be shot, and we'll be the last to be opening up. But at the same time, when I look at the whole scenario, people are very positive. They're very dynamic. Those are in travel trade. I've been watching it for last about 4 decades, and having been deeply associated with the tourism industry and having spent time in the uniform, that time I was a uniform tourism soldier because traveling throughout India on various postings, and then did the masters and PhD and moved on deputation to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. With my colleagues, I enjoyed so much and we did so much. So I'm very happy on that. And now the post-pandemic, we are focusing on, the Pravasi, the Indians, those who have gone abroad. And if you recall, during the pandemic, Honorable Prime Minister told everybody should travel at least 15 places within India because India is a very big country. And if you know, I checked up with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, with the concerned officers. More than 2 lakh people in India, and mostly youngsters. They traveled domestically, they traveled within India, and they were sponsored. They were given the entire money whatsoever they spent on production of their bills by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful country. This is a beautiful country, and all seasons are beautiful. There's nothing off season, peak season, shoulder season, and this is a dry season. No, all seasons are wonderful because we have got so many fairs and festivals. We have got so much of art, craft, heritage, culture, cuisine, dances, music, costume, and so much of souvenirs which you can carry from here. You can travel from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and you can see all the different seasons all the time whenever you travel. It's a beautiful country. It's a wonderful country. And those of us who are interested in management, then event management, event planning, event marketing, event evaluation, and event conceptualization, all these stages are very important. But the time has come. Post pandemic, you got to realize you got to have a micro niche. You cannot have, okay, what do you do? Oh, I sell tourism. Sorry, that's too big a cake to handle. Now you got to specialize and you got to excel in that particular area, whatever you like and whatever you enjoy. And our youth, you all matter. So domestic tourism, I've already told, same way. When I talk about MICE industry, there could be an event of film shooting. There could be an event of music album shooting. There could be an event of Ekta Kapoor serial shooting. There could be a dance, Indian Idol, when you talk about dance competition, music competition, other competition, whatever is coming on Sony besides Kapil Sharma's shows, all those are events because they are managing the stage, the audience, the costume, the sound, the light, the backdrop, and management of the audience, management of the judges. Everything is an event. You got to understand. And similar way, ladies and gentlemen, those are teachers, those are counselors, those are principals, those are directors, those are vice chancellors. What are you doing? You're also managing the event because you're taking care of the student, you're taking care of your team, you're taking care of your teachers. You can add events anywhere, wherever you can. And finally, this particular program we brought, whether you go for employment or you go for entrepreneurship or you go for startup or you want to be a teacher, MICE industry is for everybody, and all my youth, you matter. Thank you very much. Look forward to meeting you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. with yet another powerful evening and different subject. See, so much of variety we are trying to bring. You got to relate. Where do you get passionate? Pick up, choose the subject of your own choice. Thank you. Stay fit, stay